This could all go horribly wrong at any minute.
Hello there, and welcome to the 240th edition of Blue Spike's Rantcast, entitled Escape to Easton, Pennsylvania. I added that because many of you may not know that Easton is actually in Pennsylvania. And many of you probably haven't been there, but I have been lucky enough during my touring days to go there on a number of occasions. And they used to call it the State Theater, and it has a new name now, but I affectionately call it the State. It's actually the Community Arts Center. Also a nice name. Also a nice town. Also a good place to escape to. Also really a wonderful main street, and it was a pleasure being there again for a variety of reasons. It's a great theater, and especially if you want to see music or a comic or a performance of any type. It's really quite nicely done, and they put some time, energy, and effort into renovation in order to compete with the casino in Bethlehem, where I ended up working during part of that time, and also because the casino, basically, and this sad on my part, but true, they threw money. And so you went, okay, I'll go do that. And it's a casino. So I got to gamble. So that was another attraction. But I wanted to finish up in part, be able to go back there. And I did for another show. And maybe I'll go back again. And that does not mean that I'm touring. Okay. There are shows that have already been booked. I know that I'm going to deal with that. Well, what do you mean? I'll do 2 in January, the way it looks right now, 2 in February, and you'll hear more about those at another time. But for right now, I'm tending to Sammy and about 300 other things, because all of a sudden, for reasons that escape me, I'm more fucking busy than I was before. So, or maybe I have to continue to be busy in order to feel like my life has meaning. I don't really want to go into full retirement mode. I have no desire. But I did, and have just a splendid time in Easton. And here's one of the things. The town is, grown in some ways. It's slid back a touch, but it really is, oh, for God's sake. Okay? That's how important I am, because it doesn't matter. There's important messages pouring in at all times. Please tell them about this. Please tell them about that. No, it's nonsense, and I will stop this. Stop this right now. This and the sound of the phone, and if I turn it off, I won't remember to turn it back on. And that's the price I pay. But I'd like you not to realize just how important I am. So here we go. If I can find it, because I'm not paying enough attention, we could scroll down. We put it on mute, and we're back to you. Because I wanted to fill this time and space with all of the all of the things that make my life so rich at this point. So yeah, the thing that I realized there is that the town is, in many ways, gotten has gotten nicer, and in some ways is not as nice as I remember it. But my memory is kind of shattered at this point, and I put it back together like a jigsaw puzzle. And I really did enjoy that. One of the things was, when I first went there were not, I guess somebody discovered that you could sell cigarettes cheaper there, but there are literally three giant smoke stores, okay? Smoke and vape, but mostly smoke. It looked like two of them, it's beyond the end of the universe. It may be the rectum of the universe, because it's smoke in a smoke store, and across the street a smoke store. So where all three may have been together, and having not smoked anymore, I didn't pay a lot of attention. I was just stunned by the size of these stores. in the town, and this is why Easton achieved its fame initially, is it's the home of Crayola. That's right, an American-made product. Oh, he must be so excited when he hears I say it, and the White House, you can see him, vibrating from just me mentioning it. But it's true, and it's if you've got children, great place to visit. They have the Crayola experience, where your kids, I guess, then you get some free crayons at the end. And what more could you ask? Okay, and if you for you guys, there's which I didn't get to, the Weerbacher tap room, which Weerbacher is. They make. They're a brewery, and there are a number of breweries now throughout the state, and small craft breweries, and Weerbacher serves a number of them. I didn't get there. I did go to the Easton Market, which is new and which is really quite extraordinary. A barbecue place in there that was exceptional, with a great brisket at a terrific price. And I was really excited. They have a creperie, a beautiful little greengrocer there. I've never said that word ever. But an ice cream gelato place. I think it was a great little cheese place. Just a number of these spots. Hot dogs, I think, and you're not going to put hot dogs and oysters. And the reason I stumbled with that is I'm not quite sure it was hot dogs, but I'm pretty sure it was hot dogs. If it's not, I'll come back and do a little addendum at the end. But they, there you are in Easton, Pennsylvania, which is really just over the border from New Jersey. And Easton is also the home of the Parsons, Taylor House, I believe. Yeah, the Parsons Taylor House, a home which was built back in the 1750s, I believe, and it was George Parsons and Mr. Taylor, the first revolutionary gay couple. And I'm sure that, oh boy, now you're really pushing it. General William Parsons, later rented by George Taylor, considered one of the fathers of our country. He signed the Declaration of Independence. Well worth the trip. It's kind of one of those places that's just off the beaten track of of where the American Revolution kind of moved through, and has its foot. Easton has its foot in that history, and it's a great little spot. That house, and just to step back in time and remember that we actually fought a huge war in order to get free from a king who was a prick. Just something we should kind of remember from time to time, if we're going to teach it at all anymore. But maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? There'll be a new version of it. And also I've listed all of the some of the main places I really like there. Something I noticed and thought about while I was there was that we really, truly, it's like I travel the country, and that traveling, and the way I was traveling, town after town after town, over an extended period of time. On the bus, 22 years or 23 years, but before that, going from to clubs. But those were mainly in cities. Big cities, and let me just say that what I noticed was, like in Easton, like in Williamsport, that I'll talk about next week, a bit, that these places got nicer and nicer. And certain things occurred there. And yes, there's a slide back, as I said, but mostly every place kind of evolved. Every place evolved that I saw. There were some that were still deep in that kind of depression of recovering from losing whatever industry had been there, and like Rochester and Kodak, but all of them stepped forward. Buildings everywhere. It's really kind of unbelievable. The negativity that has been coming out. And there's a real problem with our economy, a real problem in terms of that gap between the rich and the poor getting, bum rushed and fucked every which way. And so it's, but the towns themselves have been enhanced. And that's the word I've been looking for, searching for, and have been really thrilled to discover it. And in Williamsport too, I might as well tell you now. I mean, in Williamsport, there's the Giannetti Hotel, which is really kind of a classic old hotel with pictures galore on the wall of everybody, baseball players, because Williamsport is the home of the Little League World Series, and so there's it was really there's it's like baseball players, politicians. You go to Williamsport, you stay at the Giannetti, which still appears to be it needs a do-over. It needs some interior decorator to come in there. And they say the Best Western's taking it over and that it will be redecorated soon, but they've been saying that since I've been going there, from the very beginning that I have been going, which was from the time I started touring. And right across the street, open the door, boom, there's a brewery there. And I think another one down the street. And the clothier has gotten, not bigger, but kind of has continued to advance and evolved. And I go in there. The last time I was there were shoes that I really like. Trask, an American shoe company that didn't survive, went bankrupt. Probably, I think, during the pandemic, and I'd gone to see him just after that, or just before. It was really maybe just before the pandemic that they went bankrupt, maybe anticipating. And they had made great shoes and really comfortable. And I was telling him about them. He said, well, I bought a bunch of them. And he may have bought the whole stock that was left. And so I was able to pick them up. I went back this time and picked up some more. And I couldn't be happier. It's just an extraordinary experience. He's got aisle after aisle after aisle. I brought my friend Michael Ritchie, who had to wear, basically dress up every day because he was the artistic director of the Mark Taper Forum and the Amundsen Theater Group, I guess, and he couldn't get over it. Men don't like to shop in men's stores, but this is a completely different experience. This guy truly loves what he's doing. I don't think it truly doesn't desperately matter for Francis to make a sale. I think Francis just enjoys the hunt and describing it. And my friend wanted these shirts. Francis said, no problem. Bam, 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 done. 10 minutes. I took another friend, the former CEO of he came down to see the show in Williamsport. Tom and his wife, and I took him over there, and he went, I've been for fucking years, year after day after day after day, I had to wear a suit to work, wear a suit and a tie. He said I could have come down here every year and just picked up everything I needed and gotten all my stuff. And this is absurd that this place was here. I've never liked going into men's stores. I don't have that problem. I've always, from the time I could finally shop for nice clothes, because my mother was just like, you're going to love these here regulars. Sure, the crotch is below your knees, but that's because you need ballroom. Yep. Not the 200 million, not the 300 million, 350 million ballroom, but just that I needed it because she didn't say, but she said I had a big crotch. Really stunning for me to be wearing these things. So as soon as I could start shopping, and I did, and I started to make the search, and Francis really is just a gem and a find. And I said to him, I need a jacket. And he said, got it. And he walks literally down the aisle, grabs something, puts it on me. Doesn't need any tailoring, none. Zippo. And it's beautiful. I got two of them. What else? Boom. He's back with another. It's and some pants, a pair of really great, comfortable pants that you can wear, and not like I've never heard of them. They're German, and they're sewn in the Ukraine, and I can't believe I'm sitting here going on like this. But they were once again really very comfortable and can be worn, formal and informal. Can't beat that. And the most comfortable pair of denim, of khakis I've ever had. So it was well worth it. And they next to him there was now I know that I said it on stage there. You'll probably hear it again. A salon, ton of stuff, tons. I mean, literally like 7 chairs. I wasn't there before, and all around stores and shops that hadn't been there. And I'm sure the Little League World Series had something to do with it. But the town had grown and was a better place. And my friend Tom said, this is really, this is quite nice. This is what, Jamestown, which I agree should be like, and it would be, but we'll talk about that some other time. So that's what I got. My hat is off to the small American city this week, because I think they've all grown in their own ways. They are all have been enhanced in their own ways. Some, I guess, have, spun out. But mostly what I have seen, the only place in all of the time, I never got back to Lorain, Ohio, which was really kind of traumatized. But when I went through there, and but not everywhere else. We're a better country now. I'm sorry, we are not what we are being told, because I'm just telling you what I see and what other people are seeing. What they claim to be seeing. I don't know how they're seeing it, because they're not traveling the way I'm traveling. Okay, and they haven't been going there since 2004, 3. They haven't been doing it. I have. And it's quite nice. And it's been a pleasure to do it. And I've hopefully you'll hear the names of many of the folks who really made it all possible. So while I was on the road, it made it really a pleasure to be on the road. People go, one must be, no. I was lucky to be with some really great people. I forgot the name of one of the merch guys, a really terrific kid. Now a man, but he was, everybody who's young, the whole world's younger than me now. Zeke Forrester, and a shout out to him and the work that he did. All of them, it was important for me, and I really appreciate what they did. Every single one of them. You'll hear their names, and if not, I'll repeat them again next week, because I owe them a debt of gratitude. And that's what I got. And next week, we'll probably go back to yelling and screaming. I would have kind of gone through it today, but I've got some things I've got to deal with, and Sammy's teacher's coming, and I really wanted to talk about something nice, and I will tell you this, Easton, for those of you who live in the New York, New Jersey area, well worth it. Hour away from New York City, maybe an hour and change. Well worth your time and your energy to go visit. Pop in for like a night. I'm telling you, you'll enjoy it. Food is good. Beer is good. I don't know, but folks were telling me. And it's really quite nice. It was the first of the cities, this I forgot to talk about, the first of the cities outside of New York that people started writing and talking about is like, people are leaving New York and they're going to Easton because it's close enough you can still visit New York and go to see a show. But you don't have to because the State Theater or the community arts theater, as I think they call it. And that was the first of the and now they saw, you should really move up to the Catskills. And it's really the first one, and they kind of redid the town, the folks who kind of settled out there and kind of took it into the 21st century. Maybe we'll get there someday. Maybe we will. I hope so. All of us together. Even though we might be yelling and screaming, we'll remember what yelling and screaming is about, what my family taught me, especially my mother. If you're yelling at somebody, it means you really love them. Why? Because they understand. They understand you're being, they understand what's going on. That not this, whatever is happening now, and maybe we take that as a tip, that when somebody is sitting there screaming at you about your belief or your understanding, and that Robert Kennedy really thinks that, saturated fats are good, and therefore it's good for us because he said so, you'll go, wow, that person really loves me. Well, I love all of you, and I can't believe I said that. Now I'm feeling mildly queasy, so it's time to go. All right. Thanks for once again spending time with me. Thanks for all the folks who came out for the last 2 shows. Thanks for everyone who saw all the shows on the final tour and all the shows that I did. And there'll be a few more. Not a lot, but there'll be some along the way. I hope you can join me. I'm thrilled you were here with me today. And as always, it was a privilege and a pleasure to spend time with you.
We're coming to you live from the State Theater in Easton, Pennsylvania. And for those of you, this is a city well worth your time. It's a city well worth visiting. And it's the home of Crayola. Okay? What else could you ask for? What else could you fucking ask for? There's some wonderful restaurants. There's some stores here. Somebody is apparently repairing vacuum cleaners and sewing machines. Okay? Name anywhere else in the country where you see that. Nowhere. Fucking nowhere. Go to New York City, you got to wander the fuck around for days looking for that. Practically one of the first things you see coming into town. It's really a great town. It's got these folks, there's all sorts of shops. People just seem to bring in whatever shit they have and they sell it. But it is, there's a lot of places in this country that I've been able to visit during the course of my touring and that are really exceptional and wonderful in all sorts of terrific ways. And Easton is one of those. So we start with Jim Moran. I met your Easton show, second row dead center. I've seen you 6 times and admittedly didn't have a rant this time until I got here. The parking sucks. The garage is full and every other spot has a 2-hour limit. How are you supposed to see a show here? They revitalized the downtown area and then decide to make it impossible to use it. You would think they would add parking, but no! And I'll tell you why. They make more money off the parking tickets than they would allowing people to park like civilized people. I sat in my car waiting to come in so I could maximize my 2 hours, hoping I don't get a ticket. And 4 people came knocking on my window. Are you leaving? Does it look like I'm leaving? They are circling outside like sharks surrounding a wounded orca. And I saw 2 parking police assholes walking up and down the block handing out their prizes. An enterprising individual could open a parking area downtown, but this city would never allow it. They would lose too much money from the tickets. They already turned one downtown parking deck into condos, and their revenue must have skyrocketed. Idiot politicians. Let's make something nice so we can lure people in and bend them over. I've got one from Cheryl Purcell. I'm not going to read it, but thank you for sending that, Cheryl, and I really do wish I could help in some fashion or another. Thank you for coming out, and I hope that in some small way this has helped you this evening. Somebody else, Bert Hasbel. Every morning when I wake up, I turn on the news, and I feel like the world is about to end, and then I start to cry. What can you do to help me get over it? Don't turn on the news. Ida Cafafian. Well, don't yell at me like I should have fucking known it. Cafafian. Okay, that's close enough. So I showed, this is spectacular. So I showed up for your show here in Easton, Pennsylvania, and they wouldn't let me in with my $2 million Italian violin from 1752, which took me my whole fucking life to pay for. What the fuck? They told me that I couldn't bring it in because they were afraid I was going to throw it at you. Are you fucking kidding me? I love you, Louis, but I'm not about to throw my $2 million violin at you. Well, because I love you so much, I left it in the fucking car. So if it gets stolen, it's your fucking fault. What's it made out of? I can't believe that. You fucking, what? Are you serious? I mean, how could they possibly? How did you make a normal face when they said that to you? Is it made out of concrete? What the fuck? Jesus, son of a bitch. Here's one that I'm reading, and for those of you who are watching in other countries, you're going to enjoy this, because if you think we're stupid, there's a whole stupids going on. And I read this mainly because you guys probably know this better than anybody else. This is from Aaron Wolfe, and I thank you for this. Pennsylvania State Legislature, over 100 days into a budget stalemate. 100 days. Do you know what you can do in 100 days? You can grow a tomato. You can make a human being. Well, you can get pretty far along, but apparently you cannot figure out the difference between $47.6 billion and $50.3 billion when you're sitting in Harrisburg with your head up your ass. Here's where it gets extraordinary. Meanwhile, here in Easton, we're taking out loans. Not one loan, 2 loans. A $5.3 million loan and a $6 million loan. We're borrowing money like we're college freshmen with our first credit card. Except we're a city! And you know what we're borrowing it for? Money the state already owes us. It's like if I said, hey, I owe you $50, but I'm not going to give it to you. So why don't you go borrow $50 from someone else, pay them interest, and we'll call it even. That's not how money fucking works. $2 million of that is just for pension aid. Money that was already promised. Are you shitting me? That's got to stop. Apparently people call Social Security now, and since they've let so many people go, it's hard to get somebody to talk to about it. I just recently got a Social Security check that was lower, but I've got somebody who helps me with my business, and they checked into it, and it turned out it made sense. It was good, but I thought now that you just don't know anymore, and $2 million of that is just for pension. I see. It seems to me you do not allow elected officials to go into a stalemate when it comes to the budget. You just don't. There has to be something. What's going on in terms of Washington? Wrong. You don't allow the people you elected to fucking take home a salary. They still pay them. And they take a week off. You don't get to pull that shit. There's no reason at all. It should be told, if you don't come up with something, it continues, whether you like it or not. It just continues. It goes for another 3 weeks. You got to figure it out. Doesn't work out, another 3 weeks until you figure it out. God damn it. $2 million of that is just for pension aid, money that was already promised, money that should already be here. But instead, Easton is paying interest rates up to 7.25%. And one of these loans doesn't get paid back until 2040. I'll be 80 years old then. My retirement will be paying for the loan we took out because the state couldn't figure out its budget in 2024. But here's the part that makes my damn head explode. While Easton is over here juggling loans like we're at a financial circus, while the country is waiting on $12 million from the state, where cities across Pennsylvania are hemorrhaging money they don't have. The state lawmakers, they're still getting paid. $110,000. God, I thought that was inside my head. $110,000 a year plus per diems. Per diems, they get extra money for showing up to not do their jobs. You can't pass a budget, but you can definitely cash your paycheck. That works fine. The direct deposit system, fucking flawless. You know what I think? I think we need a new rule in Pennsylvania. A simple rule, an easy rule. No budget, no paycheck. You don't pass the budget, you don't get paid, just like every other job in America. You think if I didn't finish my work, I'd still get a check? No, that's not how it works. So here's the deal, Harrisburg. You want your $110,000? You want your per diems? Then Easton gets its $2 million. Northampton County gets its $12 million. Every city in the state gets what they're owed. Until then, you can take out a fucking loan. Chris Van Orton, for your Easton show. Dear Lou, this is isn't a rant, but it falls under the related category of goddamn stupid shit that happens to me. I have family in the Gettysburg area, so I spent a lot of time traveling between Easton and Gettysburg. Years ago, when I had hair and the president wasn't orange, the scenery along the route was like a Norman Rockwell painting. Nothing but the finest Pennsylvania farmland. The beauty of the fields and the barns and the grazing animals was truly breathtaking. Now, it's more like a wilderness of warehouses and truck traffic. But there's still stunning farm vistas in eastern Pennsylvania that rival any region in the United States. During one of my trips through the farm vistas in eastern Pennsylvania, I stopped for a bathroom break at the Love's Travel Stop in Charlottesville. Charlottesville is a very pleasant rural community between Easton and Harrisburg. Like any traveler, I parked my car, hopped out, stuffed my smartphone into my pocket, and headed for the men's room. While in the men's room and standing at the urinal, the GPS on my smartphone announced, with the sharp echo found only in a public restroom, take a right. Holy shit, are you fucking kidding me? Needless to say, everyone in the goddamn men's room was looking at me. After an awkward silence, the guy standing in the urinal next to me said, with only the hint of a smile, thank God I don't need GPS to find my dick. Thank you, Chris. I'm going to end with this one because it's interesting. I just think this is really perfect and apropos because we have these rallies taking place all over the country tomorrow. But she... Are you booing? Did somebody boo? That's good. Really? I guess you weren't planning on going. It's going to be a nice day. No, it's funny. What would you boo? They have a right to do that. And you're getting everything you want. So... That's what I don't understand. I don't quite get it anymore. It's that inability to laugh at stuff. You're winning and you're booing. Okay? You don't get to boo when you're winning. I'm a fan of the Washington Commanders. I'm allowed to boo all the time. And this is going to make you feel better because this not only applies to what's happening tomorrow, it probably applies to stuff you've been through too. From Joe Kelly, I'm super pissed that even the upcoming No Kings rally unnecessarily stresses my already frayed nerves. It is not bad enough that we have to worry about getting harassed or beat up by the cops. There are all these questions. Will there be any place to park? Should I put a stick on my sign? What weather should I prepare for? And then there is all the peer pressure. What witty thing will I say on my sign? Should I wear a costume? What costume would be comfortable? Should I dress up like my dog? Fuck! I just want to do my democratic duty, not enter into an artistic competition. I will go anyway. But why is there so much fucking pressure? Thank you, Joe Kelly. Thanks to everybody who sent them in. We'll be in Williamsport tomorrow, and so send them in. Keep sending them in. I'll be doing my Rantcast. Even though I'm not touring, I can still read. And so it will continue. Some of the stuff that came in will end up on the Rantcast, and the ones coming up. And I really can't thank you enough. It's always been a pleasure to come here. And thanks for giving me the space tonight to lose my mind. Take care of each other. Thanks to all of you for listening to my Rantcast. If you have a rant you want to get off your chest, send it in to me at lewisblack.com/live. You can think of it as therapy, or whatever you want to think of it as. Just let it rip. And I want to thank the true stars of our show, the ranters, and the splendid rants they gave us. Lewis Black's Rantcast was created and hosted by me. Aha, Lewis Black. Our live rant audio was produced by James Salter. Our theme song by Chris Lane. Executive producer, Ben Brewer. Executive producers, Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly.